Hello there and welcome back to International Fathers. I am your host and your creator, Nelson L. Moody Sr. Hey, we still reading from the bed there. Men are loving, caring parents too. Gonna read you a little bit about this book here. The vision of this book is Habakkuk 2 verses 1 and 3. Write the vision down and make it plain. And the vision of this book is to have society no longer look at gender when it comes down to raising a child or children, whether it be a male or a female. The purpose of this book is to touch as many children in a positive way so they can benefit from their father's love. For the boys to duplicate that which is taught by the father so the cycle of fatherlessness can be broken. Because it can be broken. For the girls, so they can have the unconditional love from their father so they don't have to search for love in the wrong places. And this can easily be done by, number one, the father maintains his contact with his child or children as a whole. And number two, if the child or children are willing to receive what the father is doing versus what they may have heard the mother say to them. This is older. And we have some chapters of this book also. Chapter 1 is Genesis 1 and 1, the beginning. Chapter 2, Proverbs 22 and 6, obligation, responsibility, and commitment. Chapter 3, Proverbs 3 and 12, loving and nurturing. Chapter 4, Proverbs 23 and 24, guidance and direction. Chapter 5, Proverbs 4, 1 and 2, education and health. Chapter 6, Proverbs 23, 13 and 14, and 29 and 17, discipline / setting standards. Chapter 7, Proverbs 5 verses 1 and 2, role model, mentor. Chapter 8, Proverbs 1 and 7, leadership. Chapter 9, Proverbs 4 and 7, encouragement and self-esteem. Proverbs 10, the boys. Proverbs 11, the girls. Proverbs 12, the test and peer pressure. Proverbs 13, reproducing our sons. Proverbs 14, setting standards for our daughters. Chapter 15, the prom and the graduation. Chapter 16 is the reward. Chapter 17 is, you guessed it, men are loving, caring parents too. Chapter 11, the court system. 18. Chapter 19, fatherlessness, the cure. I'm going to read a small part of the book, chapter 8, Proverbs 1 and 7, leadership. A leader is born or made. Some may say that leaders are born, yet others say they are made. Whatever the case, the process of being a leader is cultivated over a period of time. In the sight of God, one can say leaders are born. The being king of the jungle is also born. Then you have men who are or were taught as boys by their fathers to be good leaders, since they, the fathers, are good leaders themselves. To me, the best leadership is leading by example. It's a thin line between watch what I do versus do what I say, and still get the same results as a leader. It is a characteristic trait that is polished and nurtured good. You will have an outstanding leader looking you in your face, your child or children. Growing up, I watched men who were leaders in different occupations, and I picked up some traits just by watching and listening to them. Once I entered the military, these traits were polished more by going to different leadership schools while being E4, then a sergeant E5 in the United States Army. The leadership there was the ability to influence your men to do their jobs. We fathers instill a different kind of leadership in our child or children with some of the same techniques but with different results. Being looked up to as a leader comes with much gratitude, being humble, set apart from, and with positive attributes. One may look completely at the gratitude side of being a leader to see how grateful a person may feel being admired as a leader. Someone else may look at the spiritual aspect of a leader, being humble, which is surely a good trait when it comes down to dealing with a number of different personalities in people. Being set apart from peers and friends, etc., is still in a class by itself to be distinguished as set apart from. Positive attributes are no less than any other traits of a good leader in leadership position. Some others are integrity, what you will do and will not do when no one's looking at you. Then you have the trust in the truth, being able to tell the truth. Honesty, being able to be honest to those under and over you. Being trustworthy in a nutshell. Respect, being able to give the same respect as it is given to you. These are just some of the many more when it comes down to leadership. I'm going to talk to you briefly about something else. The ABCs of fatherhood. This covers every letter of the alphabet that embraces fatherhood. And the ABCs of fatherhood are: fatherhood is awesome, breathtaking, caring, delightful, everlasting, fantastic, grateful, happiness, immeasurable, is joyous, knowledge, lovable, it's magnificent, it is normal, obsessive, pleasant quality, rewarding, sweet, is timeless, is unmatched, victorious, wonderful, X-ray through the eyes of his children, young at heart and zealous. Fatherhood crosses international waters and borders. Fatherhood is universal. Once again, this is Nelson Moody Sr., your host and your creator of International Fathers. Fatherhood is here to stay. Until next time.